Good morning everyone. Today we will discuss about composition of air. Air is a mixture of gases. Yes, air is a mixture of gases along with dust particles, smoke particles and water vapor. So try to find out what percentage of gases is present in air. So when we see the composition of air, air is a mixture of gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, argon, methane and the neon and number of other gases. So if you will see the nitrogen, it is present in 78%. 78% of air is made up of nitrogen, 21% is of oxygen and rest 1% is of the number of gases like the carbon dioxides are there, neon is there, methane is there and argon is there. So when we talking about the composition of air, 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen and 1% rest of the gases. Along with these gases in the air, dust particles and smoke particles are present along with water vapor. So composition of air, that is there. And when we talking about the air, the main component which is must for the living being, that is the oxygen, and that oxygen is present everywhere, means air is present everywhere. So oxygen is present everywhere, even in the water and in soil. And the just common example, the aquatic organism, aquatic plants, aquatic animals, they can survive in water because they take the oxygen present in water. In the same way, organisms are also present in the soil. How do they survive? They survive by taking the oxygen which is present in soil. The roots of the plants grows deep into the soil and take the oxygen from the soil. So let us try to find out the presence of oxygen in water and soil through a small activity. For this activity, first of all, just take a beaker. Take a beaker and half filled with water. Now now we will heat this water. And when we see the water is started heating up, you can see the bubbles in the water. So what are these bubbles? These bubbles shows the presence of air in water. In the same way, we can easily prove the presence of air in soil. Just take a beaker half filled with water. Take a beaker half filled with water and now add a small amount of the soil in it. Again, you will see the small bubbles. These bubbles are the air present in the soil. So air is present everywhere and in that air oxygen is present, which is must for the survival of all living beings. Different components of air are oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and other gases, water vapor, dust and smoke particles. So let us discuss these components and their uses one by one. First of all, the most important component which is present in air, that is your oxygen. Yes, oxygen. Oxygen is must for the survival of all living beings. Yes, for the survival of all living beings, either plants or animals, because oxygen is must for breathing, for the process of respiration. During the process of breathing, we inhale oxygen rich air. We inhale oxygen rich air, that is must for different activities in our body, and we exhale carbon dioxide rich air, and that carbon dioxide rich air is inhaled by the plants for the process of photosynthesis. So oxygen, which is must for the process of breathing, as well as it is must for the process of burning also. Yes, without oxygen burning is not possible. It is must for the process of burning. Now the next main component in air, that is your nitrogen. It is present in 78%. Yes, the major component of air is nitrogen, and nitrogen is mainly it is used by the plants. Yes, it is must for the plant for their proper growth. For the proper growth of a plant, nitrogen is must. but the plants cannot take the nitrogen directly in its gaseous form. First of all, nitrogen converts into its nitrates form, and then these nitrates are absorbed by the plants for their growth and for the preparation of the protein. Okay, so nitrogen, which is the main component of air, it is used by the plants for their proper growth, and the plants use the nitrogen into the form of nitrates, and they just absorb that nitrates from the soil. Now, the next important component of air is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is present in air is about 0.03%, and it is must for the plants. Yes, because plants take the carbon dioxide during the process of photosynthesis. Yes, you are right. During the process of photosynthesis, plants inhale carbon dioxide rich air, and they exhale. They prepare the food in the form of the sugar. This is stored in their body in the form of the starch and other complex form. And after that, they exhale oxygen rich air, and this oxygen rich air is used up by the living being. So it is a oxygen cycle. Inhaling of oxygen by the living beings and giving out the carbon dioxide during the process of respiration, and inhaling of this carbon dioxide by the plants during the process of photosynthesis, and exhaling of oxygen rich air. Now, the next one is the water vapor. Water vapor also present in the air. That water vapors plays an important role in the water cycle. Water cycle means replenished of the water. When water from the seas and ocean, it will evaporate. After that, condenses, and these condenses water. Condenses water means droplets of water. These droplets of water combine together to form the clouds. Yes, and when these clouds becomes too heavy, this comes down as a rain, which is the purest form of water. So water vapor present in air, that is plays an important role in water cycle. So these are the components of air. Along with that, dust and smoke particles are also present in air, and these dust and smoke particles are there in air due to the burning of the fossil fuels, due to the vehicles moving from one place to another, so burning of the fuel there. In the factories, they release a number of smokes and gases, and you can see these gases, these harmful gases, these dust particles, and they just moving up higher into the sky. So they are naturally harmful for us, but they are harmful for the birds that are flying higher in the sky. Okay, so we should try to reduce the pollution level. You had mostly seen the traffic policemen, they often wear a mask. Okay, why? Because they are on the road, their number of traffic vehicles are passing on, and they just release harmful gases. So to protect themselves from these harmful gases, they just wear the mask. So these are the components of air. So can you tell me what are the main components of air? Yes, oxygen, which is present in 21%. Nitrogen, which is present in 78%, and carbon dioxide and other gases, which is present in 1%, and along with that, water vapor, dust particles and smoke particles.